Hey guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 225. No, 245. I hope you guys had a good day and are doing better than yesterday. But the time is currently 5:46. So I woke up a little bit later than usual because last night I had perhaps one of the best dreams and I didn't want to get up. I wanted to sleep and I just wanted to lay down and rest. But today is Monday. Not like it's a special day, but it is obviously a day full of opportunities. So I'm gonna get up now, get showered, and go to the gym. Now, this week, I guess what is fortunate is that I do have a deload week. So I'm not gonna train as hard at the gym. So I have more time and more mental energy to actually do the work. So that being said, pretty excited, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
It is currently 6:36, so about to head off to the gym now. Very excited because I am going to train a little bit lighter, which means I'll get back here in an hour. So it's going to be a light training session. However, I'm still going to go a little bit hard for the first 3 days. And then for the rest, I'm going to start dialing down both on intensity and volume. Right now, I think I'm only going to do volume, so drop the volume, but keep the intensity up. It's something I'm still trying out. It's a new way of deloading, but I think there's going to be some great results either way because I am training harder than or less than usual, so my body should be able to recover and catch up on the fatigue. That being said, that is what I'm going to do now, and I guess I'll share with you guys exactly what I want to talk about when I come back. But at the moment, this is all I can focus on, so let's just get this out of the way first. I'll see you guys in a bit. It is currently 8:53, so came back about an hour earlier than usual, which is kind of expected because I kind of went half of the volume I was doing. So got back early, feeling much better because I'm not really drained. I didn't push myself to the extreme, which means I should have a lot of energy today to do the work. So right now, I'm gonna go into a work block. I just had some food, no carbs, although I had some carbs this morning. I'm feeling a little bit clear, but I'll do my meditation, I'll do my journaling to get that extra focus, get that extra clarity, so then I could actually sit and go through 3 to 4 hours of work. That is the plan for the first work block. And afterwards, I'll catch up with you guys to talk about the topic, why laziness causes fatigue. Yes, resting around, watching TV, and just doing nothing actually makes you more fatigued too. So there's a misconception about how if you take a break, if you relax, then you reduce fatigue. However, a lot of us do it the wrong way. And for a long time, I had done it the wrong way. So every time I wonder, why is it that I have been watching a movie for the whole day? I have been binge watching this and I have just been doing nothing. And yet I still have no drive, no motivation to do something better with myself. And that is because I was relaxing and recovering in the wrong way. I was actually draining myself even more, for say, because watching TV, guys, watching movies, that uses some mental power too. That uses your will. So you're gonna drain your mental fatigue if you are not careful with how you relax and how you recover. So after my first work block, I'll dive into why laziness causes fatigue and what I had done and my mistakes that made me realize that this was actually an issue and how, of course, to overcome this. But that being said, I'll catch up with you guys in 4 hours. So guys, it is about 1:18. So I just managed to complete my first word block and I had some difficulties, but that's okay. I still managed to sit through it, and there's definitely a lot of things that I had to do later on the day to kind of revise and store all the knowledge I had ingrained so that I could remember it. But it is that time to really talk about why is it that laziness causes more fatigue. Now, I'm talking about this because I used to think that if I just sit around the house, if I just watch TV, I'll reduce this feeling of fatigue. But before, I didn't even understand what fatigue was. What I did understand though, and what I did felt, was this reluctancy to do the productive things, to actually pick up a good habit and then say no to bad habits. I always thought it was because I was too tired. I always thought it was because I was too lazy to do them. So what I would do is I would relax, I would try unwind, I'll sit on the couch, put on a movie, watch some YouTube, just pretty much do anything to avoid putting in the effort, anything to avoid putting in the work. Because I had always associated my failure of moving forward with a good habit or starting a good habit was because I was too tired, was because I was lazy. And you see, this is where I was greatly mistaken because fatigue is caused more when we are lazy. Because when we are lazy, when we are tired, not only are we avoiding starting the good habits, which results in more of it. So if we don't do the work today, of course you'll have more work to do. So not only are you putting off the work for tomorrow, which you might not do, and you put it off till next week, which you might not do, because every single day there's always something new that you have to do. There's always something new, responsibilities you have to take on. So by not doing anything today, you're bound to do more tomorrow. And if you don't do it tomorrow, then they're gonna pile up until you don't want to do it at all. So this repetitive cycle of not doing anything because I felt I was too tired, I think that that was the reason for me not moving forward with any of my productive tasks. I was greatly wrong in this aspect because when you don't do something, you tell yourself and you reinforce this belief that you are lazy. You reinforce this belief that you are someone who's not capable of doing the task. And you only think like that because you haven't done the task. Because the task, whatever that is, has piled up to a degree where you just simply don't want to do anymore. It becomes too much. The burden, the load has become too much because you didn't want to do anything when it was easy, when it was not even that much accumulated. But over the course of month and perhaps a year of me not doing anything, I have built up this excess fatigue because I was thinking to myself that I'm not good enough, that I think I am not going to be successful, that I think I'm a failure, and that I think I don't have the qualities to move forward and break my bad habits and create good habits. Well, that's not simply true because obviously now I have proved that to not be true, but it was true in the present then. And back then, when you have all these negative thoughts in your mind, you're going to create excess mental fatigue. And I had a lot of excess mental fatigue because of that. So, when I wanted to reduce my fatigue by sitting on the couch, watching a movie, or watching some YouTube videos, or just doing anything to avoid the difficult task at hand, at the time I thought that was reducing fatigue, but it was subtly creating more fatigue because of the subtle negative self talk and the subtle ways I viewed myself for not doing the things I wanted to do created the excess fatigue. So that is really how laziness can create more fatigue. It's not the thing that you're actually not doing that matters, but actually you not following with your word and the way you then talk to yourself, the way you then see yourself, and all these identities you then predispose onto yourself, that causes the excess fatigue. That causes the excess mental fatigue of we are not good enough, that we won't do anything, and eventually that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, which we then do nothing at all. We stay at where we are, complacent, blaming everyone else for our failures and blaming everybody else to make an excuse. But the truth is, guys, if we just follow through with our word in the beginning, everything would not have been as much worth as this. And the thing is, guys, you don't have to be perfect the first time you try something. Just going with the mentality that I don't care if I do good in this test or I don't care if I get everything perfect. All I care about is just to do it. That means opening the laptop, opening your book, doing whatever, a tiny step at a time. That is all that matters, guys. You don't have to be perfect at something, but just start. Whether it's 10 minutes, 1 minute, or even just 5 seconds, doing that alone and doing that over time will compound into something you cannot even imagine happening. But if you don't do anything now, your lack of action will compound until it becomes too much where you don't even have the courage nor belief to face it anymore. And you don't want to get to that point, guys, because when you're down that point of the road, it's very difficult to overcome then. It requires you more discipline, more willpower, and more belief for you to overcome when you have fallen that down deep into the rabbit hole. But just know, guys, no matter how long it has been since you delayed your purpose, it is never too late to start now. It was never too late for me to start now, so it is never too late for you to start. That being said, it is about that afternoon, so I am gonna go into work block 2, read some books, and after that, I think I'll just revise on the notes I had taken today for coding because honestly, guys, like I said before, it goes in one ear and out the other. So I definitely need to slow down on taking new information and try just understand the basics and retain that. But obviously, guys, I am not trying to be perfect. I just at least want to understand what I'm doing. So, that being said, I'll see you guys in a bit.
It is currently 6:12. So guys, the day is about to end here. Well, at least my day on YouTube. And today I haven't completed everything I wanted to yet, but I have come close to it. So after this, I'm going to have dinner, and for the remaining of the day, I want to tick off the rest of my tasks, which is going to require me about 2 hours max. So that will put me to about another 9 to 10 hours of work today, which is pretty ideal. Although today has been a bit difficult, I must say, I have been distracted and it just hasn't been a straight line focus, which is okay, guys, because that is life. You're going to get distracted and you can't live a life of no distractions. What you're supposed to aim for, though, is to bounce back from distractions. Is how fast can you pull yourself back into focus? Because distractions will be imminent, distractions will be everywhere. The only difference and the only thing that is in your control is how can you bring yourself back to the present. And the time difference matters. So before, you may be distracted for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Heck, maybe you put on a movie or watch a funny TikTok video, something like that. But now you can be back into the present in less than a minute. That, guys, is an improvement. So don't beat yourself down if you are still distracted, because we simply can't just not be distracted. We live in a world that is made and built upon distractions. Websites, social medias that sucks our attention span. So it is going to be an uphill battle forever. So don't think that distractions will just evaporate when the moment you have clarity. And the thing is, guys, we are supposed to maintain our clarity. We are supposed to maintain our focus. But to pull yourself back, that truly matters. So control what you can control and don't worry about anything else. Because anything else that is out of your control probably doesn't matter in the first place anyways. That being said, guys, I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.